Welcome to Real Recaps. Today, we'll look at an American crime thriller from 2020 titled Run, Hide, Fight. Zoe and her father Todd are hunting. Zoe is learning how to hunt and her father is explaining to her how to handle a rifle. They are having breakfast, but she is having difficulties processing her mother's death, so she often imagines and talks to her. Lewis enters the house to hurry Zoe up and save her from her dad's preaching. On their way, the local bullies insult them and push them off the road. The car struggles to start and they spot one of their schoolmates setting up a device on a field. They don't think much of it as it is senior prank day, so they write it off as a preparation for a prank. Lewis asks Zoe if she goes to her locker or not, but she says she is going to check it before lunch as she is already late from class. She then attends math and chemistry class. She later goes to her locker and sees that Lewis has asked her to prom. The device planted earlier blows up, creating fire on the field. Kip also leaves a bag at the reception just before lunch break begins. At the food hall, Lewis and Zoe talk about the prom invitation, but Zoe refuses it. Lewis accidentally spills his drink on her, so Zoe goes to the bathroom to clean herself. Meanwhile, a wooden shack elsewhere explodes. A girl leaves the bathroom in a hurry and bumps into Zoe. Jennifer, her late mother, is talking to her again about the anger issues she's having lately. Just then, a van rams into the building and 3 of their schoolmates enter the cafeteria. They shoot 3 students and Tristan stabs the PE teacher. One injured student enters the bathroom but dies in Zoe's hands. Tristan gives a speech about him being in charge and confronts one of his bullies. As he tries to talk to him, Chris shoots him as well. Zoe runs and hides just before Kip enters the bathroom. Tristan tells a girl to call her mother and tell her what is happening. Then he asks everyone to do the same and call whoever they want and tell them whatever they want. Lewis leaves a message for his mom. Just then, Zoe falls down in the kitchen as the ceiling panel breaks under her. Chris goes there to check who made the noise. Zoe is hiding under a counter with a lunch lady when the lady decides to sacrifice herself to save Zoe. The town's police and fire department is busy with all the fires around the town, so they are slower than usual to react to the calls. Tristan calls the reception of the school and tells the lady that they occupied the lunch hall. Anna, the 4th shooter, cuts the wires in the custodian room. Tristan asks everyone to grab their phones and live stream the events on any social media they're on. Zoe escapes the building and warns other students about what happened inside. Tristan tells the live stream viewers that if any social media platform shuts down the stream, he is going to kill even more students. The principal then enters the hall and tries to talk with Tristan. He is trying to make Tristan quit his plans, but Tristan thinks he was unfair to him and hadn't cared that much about him before. He orders Chris to kill the principal. Chris spares the school guard's life as he isn't important enough. Cora and Zoe go around trying to warn students, but they think it is just a prank and nothing serious. Tristan asks who has the most viewers and Lewis has more than 1,000, so he invites him to be his main cameraman. Zoe breaks a window and manages to evacuate a classroom of students. Meanwhile, Lewis is streaming when he notices the van they came with is full of explosives. Zoe switches the fire alarm and the teachers start emptying their classroom. Anna turns off the fire alarm system so the teachers think it was only a prank and order the students back to their classrooms. Sheriff Tarsi is struggling to get to the school and tells his colleagues to only go in if it is an active shooting situation. If it is a hostage situation, they should try and negotiate with the shooters. Anna then turns off the electricity. Zoe runs around and tries to warn as many students as possible. She slips because someone spilled oil on the floor. The reception then makes an announcement about the lockdown when the bag Kip left earlier blows up. Tristan checks the news and gets frustrated when the channels are sending reporters instead of putting his stream on TV. Zoe is looking for a phone when Anna checks the scene. She lays down next to the corpse and pretends she's dead. Anna tramples on her hand, but she manages to hide her pain and Anna walks away. Kip notifies Tristan about a TV channel warning the audience about graphic content, meaning they might air the live stream. Zoe tries to tell one of the teachers to break the windows and escape as the lockdown was planned and the shooters wanted to keep everyone in their place. As she tries to convince the teacher, Anna shoots her on the leg from a distance. She opens her locker and uses it as a shield. Tristan then enters a classroom. Ms. Nunez tries to talk him down, but Tristan humiliates her and makes her take off her clothes. Zoe escapes to a room filled with balloons. Anna enters and tries to shoot her down, but Zoe manages to turn the gun around and shoot her in the head. Tristan is about to kill the naked Ms. Nunez when Louis tells him the viewers are interested in him and are asking questions. Tristan is a narcissist, so he can't resist it and shifts his attention to the viewers. Zoe checks Anna's body and takes her keys. The gun is empty as she killed Anna with the last bullet. She also takes her phone, so from now on she can hear what the shooters are communicating. The cops make a visit to Tristan's mother, but they find out she already killed herself while watching the shooting live. Todd is gutting the deer Zoe shot earlier when he hears the news about the shooting. Chris hears the news about police equipping for assault, so he starts shooting at the cops outside. Tristan orders everyone from the classroom to the cafeteria. Chris is having hallucinations, but Tristan calms him down. Kip shoots at another door. Zoe is about to attack him from behind when Anna's phone turns on and Kip notices it. She runs away, but Kip is behind her. Kip finds Anna's body but slips on the oil. Zoe then takes a fire extinguisher and hits him on the head. She handcuffs him to a chair and she starts hallucinating about her mother again. Kip wakes up and tells her Tristan called this a reckoning. He tries to justify what he did by telling her how people bullied him, but Zoe has none of it. She shuts him down and tries to awaken his remorse by telling him how that innocent girl died in her arms this morning. She leaves him there after taking his shells for the shotgun. Todd arrives at the scene while Zoe finds a group of students. Zoe calls the sheriff and warns him about the group exiting the building. Tarsi asks the reporter to not show the school on camera as the shooters are watching it live from inside. He says he is about to call Tristan and talk with him, so to air that instead. Zoe orders the others out, but Mrs. Crawford stays with her to rescue more students. Tarsi and Tristan are on the phone. He shares how much of an edgelord he is and how society ruined everything. The news then shows a student that just escaped and Chris notices it. Thanks to the news, Tristan realizes the phone call was just a distraction to rescue the students, so he hangs up. Tristan calls Anna and Kip again, but Zoe answers. She tells him she killed Anna and has captured Kip. Tristan then shoots one of the students and tells her every 5 minutes someone will die until she shows up. At the hall, Todd is watching it live when he decides to take his sniper rifle and looks for a spot. Zoe goes back to Kip and convinces him to redeem himself and do something good before it ends. She unlocks his handcuffs and hands him the gun. Todd finds a spot and assembles his rifle. Zoe enters the cafeteria hall unarmed, but Tristan laughs about her being the savior. Tristan and Zoe argue about the meaning of all this. Kip then enters the room and threatens them, but Chris shoots him. Zoe and Louis manage to escape, but Louis gets shot and can't go further. She puts him down on a couch and kisses him when Louis tells her there are explosives in the van. Todd repositions with his rifle. Zoe opens the hydrogen taps in the chemistry lab. She ignites it to scare Chris. Chris goes on about his hallucinations when Zoe throws acid on his face. He drops his gun but manages to throw Zoe into a cabinet. He is about to shoot Zoe when Todd takes a shot and kills Chris. The SWAT team then arrests Todd. Tristan calls Chris and gets frustrated when he isn't answering. Zoe then sends a picture of his body to him and taunts him as she walks back to the hall. Tristan takes a bucket out of the van and orders a student to bring it with him. They walk down the corridor when Zoe spots them from behind. She heads back to the cafeteria hall and orders the remaining students to leave. She checks the van and sees that only 44 seconds are left until the explosion. So she drives the van outside where it blows up without harming anyone. The SWAT group begin their assault and are about to arrest Zoe when something blows up behind them. Sheriff Tarsi later expresses his gratitude towards her and she asks him to let her talk to her dad. As she is sharing a moment with Todd, she sees Tristan fleeing the scene in disguise. She asks her dad where his rifle is and he tells her it is where he left it. She grabs it and chases after Tristan. He grabs a box from under a bridge with money, keys and a passport in it. Zoe aims her rifle at him and takes her shot. She taunts him one more time and repeats her dad's words when they were hunting. She leaves him there as he suffocates in his own blood. Subscribe to watch more videos like this, turn on notifications, and leave a like to help the channel out. Thank you for watching.